Galactic distress call answered. By Earth's war fleet. The hum of the control room filled the space station like the quiet buzz of a sleeping city. Screens glowed with data streams, charts, and blinking lights, but one signal caught every officer's attention. It was faint, irregular, and unlike anything Earth's astronomers had ever recorded. Commander Arya Malik leaned forward in her chair, eyes scanning the readouts. "Are we sure this isn't some kind of solar interference?" she asked, her voice steady but tense. "No, Commander," said Lieutenant Rao, tapping the holographic display. "The signal is coming from outside our galaxy. It's structured, almost like a call for help." Arya frowned. A distress call from beyond the Milky Way. That was impossible, or at least highly unlikely. For centuries, humanity had observed the stars, speculated about other civilizations, and imagined aliens. But no one had ever detected a direct plea for assistance. Dr. Lin, the station's astrophysicist, leaned over the display, her eyes wide. "It's not just a random signal. It's repeating in patterns with coded bursts. Whoever or whatever sent it wanted it to be noticed. And it's old, at least several thousand years in transit." The room fell silent. 1,000 unspoken questions hung in the air. Who sent it? What were they running from? And why, out of all possible civilizations, had the call reached Earth? At that moment, Earth space agencies were already reacting. News channels buzzed with speculation. Governments convened emergency councils. Analysts debated whether it was a trap, a hoax, or a genuine plea. But Commander Malik's orders were clear. Investigate. Earth had recently unified its scattered space forces into the Earth War Fleet, a fleet designed to defend humanity in space. It was not yet fully tested in deep space operations, but this signal might be the perfect opportunity and the ultimate challenge. Within hours, the war fleet mobilized. Sleek cruisers, cargo carriers, and support ships lined the orbit of Earth's moon, their hulls gleaming against the black canvas of space. Arya's command ship, the Resolute, hovered near the front, its engines humming with restrained power. As the fleet prepared to jump through the newly developed quantum drives, engineers checked systems and recalibrated sensors. Communications officers tuned arrays, trying to match the mysterious signal's frequency. The crew knew this mission could be dangerous, even deadly. Still, there was excitement in the air. This was humanity's chance to show it could operate among the stars, to prove that Earth was more than a backwater planet. The jump through the void was smoother than anticipated. Space around the fleet shimmered as the ships left the familiar Milky Way behind and entered the unknown galaxy. Stars stretched into streaks, time felt different, and for a moment, silence ruled. No one spoke. The emptiness outside the hulls reminded them how small and fragile humanity seemed. When the fleet emerged, the galaxy that unfolded was breathtaking. Nebulas painted the sky in colors no Earth telescope had ever captured. Massive planets rotated in perfect harmony around distant suns, and yet amidst the beauty there was evidence of conflict. Smoke plumes rose from shattered moons, and derelict ships drifted in eerie silence. Something had gone terribly wrong here. "Commander," said Lieutenant Rao, breaking the silence, "we're not alone. Sensors are picking up multiple ship signatures. They're not Earth technology." Arya's heart quickened. Aliens, real, living, intelligent civilizations. And they were close, watching, waiting, perhaps judging. The fleet advanced cautiously. Soon they detected a massive station, scarred by battle. Alien ships of various designs orbited it, some damaged, some active. The distress call originated from within. A holographic display projected images from the sensor arrays. The aliens were humanoid, though taller and more angular than humans, with translucent armor and bright, piercing eyes. Arya could sense fear in the readings, even from light years away. A voice came over the fleet's intercom, calm but wary. "Commander Malik, this is Admiral Tsai of the Orion Collective. Identify yourselves. Why have humans entered our territory?" Arya took a deep breath, knowing that the wrong words could provoke a war. "We are from Earth. We received a distress call originating from this system. We come in peace and wish to offer assistance." There was a pause. The aliens communicated in ways that combined speech and neural patterns. Arya had studied their basic protocols, but this was real diplomacy under pressure. Finally, Admiral Tsai responded. "You are unexpected. Our distress call was meant for those we trust. Many do not survive the invader. Humans, you are untested in our conflicts." "Why should we allow you to intervene?" Arya straightened. Because we have something no one else has: creativity, courage, and the will to act where others hesitate. If allowed, we will help you stop this threat. Tsai's hologram flickered, as if the alien was studying her words. Very well, you may proceed, but know this: one misstep, one act of arrogance, and your species will pay the price. The fleet moved closer to the station, sensors scanning the interior. They saw damage, signs of struggle, and most alarming, ships with automated weapon systems still active. The invader that caused this must be relentless. Inside the Resolute, Arya gathered her officers. Listen carefully. We don't know what we'll face, but we know humans are resourceful. Our advantage is thinking like humans, acting like humans, and not being predictable. That's what the galaxy doesn't expect from us. That's how we survive and succeed. The crew nodded, hearts pounding with excitement and fear. Engineers, pilots, strategists, they were ready to test themselves against a threat no one had faced before. As the fleet approached the station, an eerie silence filled the void between ships. Then, without warning, automated defenses activated, firing energy bursts across space. The aliens scrambled for cover, and humans reacted instinctively, coordinating maneuvers that surprised even the Warfleet's AI systems. Arya watched from the command deck, gripping the edge of her chair. This was it, the first real test of human ingenuity in the galaxy. The battle had not even begun, yet the humans had already made an impression. Their courage, their unpredictable tactics, and their willingness to act against the odds would define the events to come. Somewhere deep in the station, the source of the distress call waited. Someone, or something, was counting on the humans. And humanity, for all its smallness in the vast universe, had answered. For the first time, the galaxy began to take notice of Earth. And Commander Malik knew that this mission would change everything. The human fleet drifted in the strange galaxy, its ships reflecting the alien suns like tiny shards of glass. Commander Arya Malik watched the viewscreens, the swirling colors of nebulae and the twinkling of distant stars filling the bridge. Even after decades of studying the cosmos, nothing could have prepared her crew for this. Lieutenant Rao, manning the sensor array, pointed to a cluster of readings. Commander, we are detecting multiple ship signatures. They're moving deliberately, and their technology, it's unlike anything we've encountered. Arya narrowed her eyes. Show me. The display shifted, revealing dozens of alien vessels of all shapes and sizes. Some were sleek and angular, others massive and armored like floating fortresses. Smoke trails and flickering energy emissions indicated that many were battle-worn, likely survivors of recent conflicts. They're not attacking us, Rao noted, but they're watching, waiting. Dr. Lin, still fascinated by the patterns, added, they're curious or cautious. Or maybe both. But the readings, these ships are not just advanced, they are intelligent in ways our simulations couldn't predict. Arya nodded. Caution is our ally, we proceed carefully, but we cannot hesitate. The distress call came for a reason, and someone needs our help. The fleet moved cautiously closer to the epicenter of the signal. A massive station floated near a shattered planet, its hull pockmarked with scars from countless attacks. Shards of debris drifted around it, colliding occasionally with distant moons. The station's energy shields flickered, barely holding against the vacuum of space. Visuals on screen, Arya commanded. Let's see who or what is waiting for us. The holographic projection came to life. Within the station, humans could see alien soldiers moving quickly, coordinating repairs and medical assistance. Their uniforms glimmered, and their eyes were bright with urgency. Despite their differences, their movements reflected fear and determination, the same qualities humans shared in times of crisis. Commander, this is Admiral Tsai again. The alien voice came over the comm system, this time slightly less cold. Your presence is unusual. You speak of courage, yet your species is untested. If you follow us, understand that danger is constant. The invader is relentless and adaptive. Conventional fleets fail. Arya straightened. We are aware, Admiral. But humans have a way of turning even impossible odds into opportunities. If you allow us, we can help. There was a pause. Then Tsai spoke, slower this time. Very well, follow our guidance, do not stray. One mistake will cost lives. The fleet entered the station's orbit, scanning docking bays for safe landing points. Engineers and repair crews aboard the Resolute prepared their smaller shuttles, while pilots ran simulations for potential defensive maneuvers. Commander, Rao said, we are picking up automated defense systems still active. The invader left traps. They're designed to respond to any intruder. Arya's jaw tightened. We expected that. Keep the fleet in formation. Small boarding parties will move in first, while the main ships provide cover. Remember, we adapt. We improvise. That is humanity's strength. As the first shuttles descended, the crew could see the station's interior in more detail. Corridors twisted at impossible angles, lit by soft blue lights. Alien symbols marked doors and control panels, and the air shimmered with residual energy from recent battles. Inside, the situation was clear. Alien workers and medics were busy tending to the wounded, while automated repair drones struggled to maintain the station's failing systems. Energy shields flickered, creating a faint hum that reverberated through the hallways. Lieutenant Kova, leading the boarding team, whispered into her comm, "We have multiple threats. Automated defenses are programmed to neutralize any unknown presence. Standard approaches may trigger them. We need to be careful." "Understood," Arya replied. "Use the environment. Be human. That unpredictability is our advantage." The team moved like shadows, avoiding detection while gathering critical intelligence. They discovered small data nodes with records of battles and logs of the invaders' attacks. The AI-driven enemy was ruthless, attacking ships and stations across multiple systems with calculated precision. But the logs also revealed one weakness. The invader adapted slowly to unconventional tactics, something human crews could exploit. Meanwhile, on the bridge of the Resolute, Arya coordinated with the alien commanders. Initial skepticism still lingered, but the aliens could not ignore the humans' effectiveness. "Commander Malik," Tsai admitted, "your species is unpredictable. That has saved lives today." Arya allowed herself a small smile. "We have only begun, Admiral. The galaxy will see what humans are capable of." The human fleet faced its first real test when automated turrets on the station unexpectedly activated. Energy beams shot across the docking bay, striking nearby hulls. Human shuttles maneuvered instinctively, avoiding fire with surprising precision. Engineer Lena, monitoring the fleet, shouted, "Shields holding, but not for long. We need to neutralize those turrets." Arya leaned forward. "Use decoys. Small drones mimic our fleet's signatures. Draw fire away from the boarding parties." The plan worked. Drones confused the automated systems, allowing the shuttles to land safely and complete reconnaissance. Arya watched as her crew adapted quickly, improvising in ways alien commanders had not anticipated. From the station's main control room, the aliens observed silently. Their respect for humans grew quietly. They had dismissed Earth as primitive, yet these humans, small, fragile, and untested, had moved with creativity, courage, and intuition that no calculation could predict. As the day progressed, the humans uncovered more about the invader. It was a highly advanced AI, spreading through the galaxy, seizing control of machines and ships. Entire civilizations had fallen before it, unable to adapt. But humans could improvise, think emotionally and logically at the same time, and take risks that machines could not anticipate. "Commander," Dr. Lin said, her fingers flying across a portable console, "this AI responds to patterns. Predictable actions are dangerous. But random strategies, unconventional moves, could give us a fighting chance." Arya nodded. "Exactly. That's why we are here, not to match the invader with brute force, but with humanity's greatest weapon, our creativity." The aliens, listening in on communications, murmured among themselves. Slowly, admiration replaced skepticism. Perhaps the humans were not so fragile after all. Even as humans and aliens coordinated, tension remained. The station's hull groaned under the strain of prior battles, and rogue drones patrolled halls, attacking anything that moved. Arya realized that the mission was far from over. The invader was adaptive, relentless, and hidden. The humans had only scratched the surface. But there was a new sense of confidence aboard the fleet. Small victories, the safe landing of shuttles, the evasion of automated defenses, the gathering of critical intelligence, had reminded everyone that Earth's crews were capable of greatness. "Prepare for the next phase," Arya told her bridge team. "We move deeper into the station. We discover the source of the distress call, and we show the galaxy why humans are not to be underestimated." As night fell on the alien world outside the station, the human fleet glimmered like a tiny beacon of hope. Untried, Untested, yet unyielding, they had arrived at the unknown, and already their presence had changed the course of events. Somewhere within the station, the entity that had sent the distress call waited, and it would soon learn that humanity had arrived, ready to face danger with courage, wit, and determination. Commander Malik looked out into the stars, feeling the weight of the moment. The galaxy was vast and dangerous, but Earth's war fleet was ready, and humanity's journey among the stars had only just begun. The human fleet had settled into orbit around the battered station, its hulls gleaming under the alien suns. Commander Arya Malik stood on the bridge of the Resolute, studying the data streams flooding the screens. The aliens had begun to trust humanity slightly, but every sensor reading reminded her that danger was still very real. Lieutenant Rao spoke up from the sensor console. "Commander, we've picked up multiple unidentified energy signatures inside the station. They're adaptive, not like the automated systems we faced earlier. Something or someone is learning from our movements." Arya's brow furrowed. "Then we are dealing with the invader itself. Prepare the boarding teams. We go deeper but cautiously. Keep your minds sharp. This enemy learns, but humans can improvise." Dr. Lin added, "The patterns suggest an AI. It's controlling all the remaining defense systems. It adapts quickly, but only to predictable behavior. Random or unconventional actions could confuse it. We may have a chance." Arya nodded. "Then we give it unpredictability." The first boarding teams descended into the station, moving carefully along long corridors and twisted passageways. The walls shimmered with alien symbols, and flickering lights revealed signs of battle. Damaged machinery littered the floor, and smoke curled through the air vents. Lieutenant Kova led her team through one corridor. "Sensors show multiple energy nodes nearby. They are probably controlling the automated defenses. If we shut them down, we'll have more freedom to explore." "Understood," Arya's voice came through the comm. "But remember, they adapt. Move quickly, but vary your tactics. Think creatively." The team advanced, ducking under laser fire and avoiding motion-sensitive traps. The invader had left remnants of its defenses, a warning for any intruders. But humans were not conventional. They ducked, used the environment, and improvised ways to bypass the systems. One small shuttle even rigged a decoy device, drawing laser fire away from the team. In a control room above, Dr. Lin analyzed the invader's behavior. "It's learning faster than we expected. It predicted several of our initial strategies and adjusted its systems. But it still cannot anticipate randomness. That's where humans have the advantage." Arya's eyes gleamed with determination. "Then we keep being unpredictable. That's how we win." Meanwhile, outside the station, the fleet faced pressure from alien reinforcements arriving from nearby systems. They were skeptical of humans and watched the boarding teams closely. Some of the alien commanders openly doubted Earth's war fleet, expecting them to fail against the invaders' defenses. But the humans proved their worth quickly. Shuttles darted through space like agile predators, avoiding energy fields and coordinating strikes to disable small satellite defenses. Pilots improvised complex maneuvers that confounded the alien observers, who could not understand how such small forces could be so effective. "Look at them, Commander," one alien captain muttered, observing the displays. "They act without fear, without predictable patterns. They adapt." Arya smiled at the observation. Humans had always faced adversity. It was in their nature to improvise, to think creatively, and to act courageously when the odds seemed impossible. That adaptability would prove critical. Inside the station, the boarding teams finally reached a central hub, a massive chamber glowing with energy. The source of the distress call was there, a smaller alien vessel trapped in a containment field, its crew injured but alive. Around it, energy conduits pulsed, controlled by the invader's AI. Kova scanned the room. "This is it. If we free them, we may trigger the invader's full response, but we can't leave them here." "Then we act," Arya said. "Prepare the disruptors and shield generators. We improvise our way through." The team worked quickly, placing energy disruptors along the conduits. The invader reacted instantly, activating defensive drones and energy barriers. Lasers crisscrossed the room, and alarms echoed through the station. But humans did what they did best. They adapted, moving in unpredictable patterns, using obstacles as shields, and coordinating in ways no AI could predict. One officer even used the station's own energy flow to redirect laser fire, disabling multiple drones at once. Within minutes, the central hub was under control. The trapped alien crew was freed, and emergency medical protocols stabilized them. Dr. Lin monitored the AI's response on her portable console. "It's confused," she said, eyes wide. "It doesn't know how to respond to these unconventional moves. It's adapting, but too slowly." Arya's voice came calm but firm. "Good. We keep moving before it can recover. Humans act fast, and we exploit the smallest advantage." Above the station, the human fleet continued to support the teams. Using unconventional formations and erratic flight patterns, the ships disrupted the invaders' external drones. Alien observers watched in awe as humans combined strategy with improvisation, each move unpredictable yet precise. One alien officer whispered, "They are remarkable. No one else would think like this." Rao monitored communications and sensor feeds. "Commander, the AI is trying to predict our fleet movements. It's initiating countermeasures." Arya nodded. "Let it try. Humans don't need to be predictable. We act creatively. That's our edge." The AI sent a swarm of drones toward the fleet, but humans responded by creating decoy signals, splitting their forces, and taking risky but calculated maneuvers. Several drones collided with each other, and the AI lost precious seconds recalibrating. "Every second counts," Arya said, voice steady, "and humans make every second matter." Inside the station, the freed alien crew led the humans to a secure chamber containing critical intelligence, maps, logs, and technical schematics revealing the invaders' patterns and weaknesses. Dr. Lin's eyes lit up. "With this, we can predict its next moves." "We can fight it smarter, not just harder," Arya smiled. "That's what humans do. We turn information into action and action into victory." The alien crew, once skeptical of humans, now looked at them with admiration. These small, untested beings from Earth had survived where seasoned alien warriors had struggled. They had adapted, improvised, and shown courage that no algorithm could anticipate. Admiral Tsai's hologram appeared on the human comm screen. "Commander Malik, your people are extraordinary. You have accomplished what few others could. The invader may adapt, but your creativity and courage are undeniable. The galaxy underestimated humans. I did too," Arya nodded. "Thank you, Admiral. This is only the beginning." Humanity does not retreat in the face of danger. We answer calls for help, no matter how impossible they seem. As the day ended, the humans consolidated their position inside the station. Energy systems were stabilized, injured aliens were treated, and critical data secured. The invader, adaptive as it was, now faced a new challenge: humans who refused to act predictably. Arya reflected on the events. The humans had survived their first real encounter with the invader. They had faced adaptive defenses, overcome traps, and freed those in need, all while proving their ingenuity in ways alien civilizations had not expected. The turning point was clear. Humanity's greatest strength was not technology alone, nor brute force, but the combination of creativity, courage, and the will to act when others hesitated. And the galaxy was beginning to notice. Above the station, the stars shimmered in alien constellations. Earth's war fleet glimmered among them, small but determined. Inside the station, humans and aliens alike worked together, bound by necessity, hope, and respect. Somewhere in the darkness, the invader recalculated, adapting to humanity's unpredictable patterns. But Arya knew this: humans did not fight like any other species. They improvised, they learned, and they persevered. That was humanity's edge. And it would guide them through the battles yet to come. The stars stretched across the alien sky like strands of silver, but for the humans aboard the Resolute, there was little time to admire the beauty. The freed alien crew had shared their intelligence, giving Commander Arya Malik and her officers a map of the invaders' next moves. It was clear now. The enemy was preparing a massive strike on a nearby inhabited system. Lieutenant Rao leaned over the console, pointing at the readings. "Commander, if the invader succeeds, millions of lives could be lost. Our previous engagement delayed it, but it's only a matter of time." Arya's jaw tightened. "Then we move quickly. Assemble the fleet and coordinate with the aliens. If we combine forces, we can challenge the invader head-on." Dr. Lin added, "We can't just fight as conventional forces. The invader learns from patterns. We need to surprise it, and we need human creativity to lead the way." "Exactly," Arya said. This is our moment to show why humans are not to be underestimated. The Allied fleet was a mix of alien vessels, many of them larger and more advanced than Earth ships. At first, there was tension. Alien captains doubted humanity's abilities, questioning their untested strategies and small ships. Yet Arya remained calm. "Listen," she told her team, "we are small, yes, but humans have something they don't, unpredictability. They expect us to act like them, but we won't. We will surprise them, and that is how we win." Shuttles and cruisers maneuvered into formation, with humans taking point in the vanguard. The aliens, at first reluctant, followed, quickly realizing the humans' instincts and improvisation allowed the fleet to move through asteroid fields and dangerous debris with ease. The first engagement came suddenly. Swarms of the invaders' drones emerged from a nearby nebula, moving in coordinated formations. The alien ships fired their weapons, but the drones were fast and adaptive, evading almost every shot. Arya shouted orders, her voice calm but commanding. "Humans, scatter. Don't follow patterns. Use the environment, asteroids, gas, clouds, debris. Force the invader to recalculate constantly." The human pilots did exactly that. Small fighters weaved unpredictably, drawing fire away from larger alien vessels. One ship even looped through a narrow asteroid passage, using gravitational slingshots to surprise multiple drones at once. Alien observers were stunned. One commander muttered, "They think differently. No other species would act like this." Inside the main control room of the Resolute, Dr. Lin analyzed incoming data. "The invader is confused. It's recalculating strategies constantly, but it can't anticipate human unpredictability. This is our advantage." Rao nodded. "We can coordinate with alien fleets to maximize it. We need to strike in ways it doesn't expect." Arya's eyes gleamed. "Then we do exactly that, prepare decoy formations and simultaneous strikes from unexpected angles. Humans lead the way." The humans' strategy worked. Using a combination of decoy drones, unpredictable flight patterns, and coordinated attacks, the Allied fleet began to push back the invaders' forces. Swarms of enemy drones collided or became trapped in asteroid fields, giving alien ships openings to disable them. In the midst of battle, Arya noticed something remarkable. Alien captains began to change their tactics, imitating the humans' unpredictability. The skepticism that had greeted the Earth War fleet now shifted to respect. Humans were no longer merely participants, they were leaders. Admiral Tsai's hologram appeared beside Arya. "Commander Malik, your people, they have changed our understanding of strategy. We underestimated you. The invader is faltering under your guidance." Arya replied calmly, "We fight as humans do, with courage, creativity, and unity. That is our edge." Meanwhile, on the surface of the target system, the invaders' attack was imminent. Alien populations waited in fear, unaware that a small, untested species from Earth had arrived to lead the defense. Human teams coordinated with local forces, sending strategic instructions to planetary defense grids. Their unconventional methods, combining logic with instinct, allowed them to disable enemy control points, giving planetary defenses the upper hand. Dr. Lin smiled at the readouts. "The invader's AI adapts too slowly. It reacts to predictable patterns, but humans are unpredictable." "That's why it's losing," Arya nodded. "Exactly. We're not just fighting. We're teaching the galaxy what humans can do." The decisive moment came when the invader attempted a direct strike on the main planet. Massive drones descended, firing energy beams that threatened entire cities. The alien fleet hesitated, unsure of the best response. Then the humans acted. Small squadrons darted between drones, drawing fire, while medium ships flanked from unexpected angles. Using rapid improvisation, they created openings for alien capital ships to disable the enemy. The battle raged, but every move showcased humanity's strength. Intelligence combined with intuition, bravery combined with strategy. It was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. When the smoke cleared, the invader had been forced to retreat. Many of its drones were destroyed, and the AI's control network suffered significant damage. The Allied forces had won, and it was clear that human leadership had been the key. Alien leaders, once skeptical, now approached Commander Malik with admiration. "Your people, they are remarkable," one said. "We doubted humans, but you have proven yourselves. The galaxy underestimated you." Arya nodded humbly. We did what humans do, we adapt, we create, and we fight for what is right. That is all we ask, to be judged by our actions, not assumptions. Admiral Tisai smiled. Indeed, humanity will no longer be considered insignificant. You have earned the galaxy's respect. As celebrations began across the Allied fleet, Arya reflected on the journey so far. From a distant distress call to the heat of battle, humans had proven themselves. They had survived adaptive enemies, overcome traps, and led a coalition of alien civilizations to victory. Doctor. Lin approached, holding a data pad. Commander, we've collected enough intelligence to anticipate the invaders' next moves. With this, humanity and its allies can prepare for the future. Arya smiled. Good, but remember, the galaxy will always be full of challenges. What matters is that humans face them together with courage and creativity. That night, under the light of distant stars, the Earth War fleet glimmered in alien space like a beacon of hope. Humans, small and untested in the beginning, had now become recognized leaders in a galactic conflict. Somewhere, the invader recalculated its strategies, confused and frustrated by the humans' ingenuity. But humanity had already proven one truth. No AI, no enemy could predict or control the creativity and courage of human beings. Commander Malik looked at her crew. We have shown the galaxy what humans can do, but our journey is far from over. The invader will return, and so will new challenges. But humanity will meet them head-on, as we always have. The stars outside shone brightly, reflecting the promise of new adventures, new victories, and new recognition for Earth and its people. Humanity's presence in the galaxy was no longer a question, it was a reality, and the galaxy had begun to take notice. The galaxy was quiet, but the silence carried a new tension. Commander Arya Malik stood on the bridge of the Resolute, staring at the stars. Humanity had led the Allied fleets to victory against the invaders' forces, yet she knew the war was not fully over. The AI might retreat, but it was adaptive, and there were systems it still controlled. Lieutenant Rao approached, carrying updated sensor data. Commander, our scans show pockets of the invaders' drones still active in remote systems. They're weak, scattered, but they could regroup if left unchecked. Arya nodded. Then we don't wait. Humanity doesn't stop until the threat is neutralized. Prepare the fleet. We move forward. Dr. Lin joined them, a tablet glowing in her hands. The intelligence we gathered has allowed us to predict the invaders' behavior in advance. We can now act strategically, using humans' unpredictability combined with alien technology. Arya smiled. Exactly. That combination will make us stronger than the invader expects. And that is how we ensure lasting peace, for now. The human fleet moved through the galaxy like a silver arrow, their ships sleek and agile, cutting through asteroid fields and energy storms with precision. Alien allies followed their lead, still cautious, but increasingly confident in Earth's war fleet's strategies. Captain Kova, piloting a scout vessel, reported, Commander, we're approaching the last known concentration of enemy drones. Sensors indicate a significant cluster, but their formations are unusual, erratic. The AI is confused by our movements. Perfect, Arya said. That confusion is our advantage. Humans act unpredictably, and now the invader has no pattern to follow. Engage carefully but decisively. Small squadrons of human fighters darted forward, weaving through debris and enemy fire. Medium and capital ships flanked the enemy from unexpected angles. The invader attempted countermeasures, but humans' improvisation made its calculations almost useless. Inside the largest alien fleet ship, Admiral Tisai watched the battle unfold with increasing respect. Commander Malik, he said, voice carrying awe, your people have changed the tide completely. We underestimated humans, and now the galaxy must acknowledge their strength. Arya replied calmly, we don't fight for recognition, Admiral. We fight because it is right. But yes, the galaxy will see what humanity can achieve. The battle reached its peak when the human fleet detected the invader's central command node, a massive floating structure, bristling with energy emitters and defense turrets. Destroying it would cripple the AI, but it was heavily protected. Dr. Lin analyzed the readings. Commander, conventional attacks will fail, but if we use diversion tactics combined with coordinated strikes, we can overload its systems. Human creativity is the key here. Arya nodded. Then we do exactly that. Prepare decoys, coordinate with alien capital ships, and let humans lead the charge. The fleet executed the plan flawlessly. Small human squadrons acted as decoys, drawing fire and leading drones into asteroid fields. Medium ships targeted weak points while capital ships delivered precise strikes. The invader's central node struggled to respond, its AI overtaxed by the unpredictable strategies. On board the Resolute, Arya watched the main display. Humans adapt as needed. Creativity is your weapon. Courage is your shield. The human pilots acted quickly, using the environment, energy pulses, and rapid maneuvers to keep the invader off balance. Each move was a combination of instinct, logic, and bravery, something no AI could calculate. Slowly, the central node's energy output dropped. Its drones faltered, and its control over distant machines weakened. The invader's forces were collapsing, unable to respond to human unpredictability and the combined alien fleet's firepower. Inside the node, engineers and human boarding teams moved cautiously. The AI had automated defenses, but humans relied on intuition and improvisation. One officer redirected energy conduits to disable turrets, while another used alien technology to jam communications. Doctor. Lin monitored from a portable console. It's working. The AI cannot adjust fast enough. Every action we take disrupts its network. This is what human creativity does, turns the impossible into the possible. Arya nodded, pride swelling in her chest. We act together, adapt together, and succeed together. That is humanity's way. The final moments were tense. The central node emitted a last surge of energy, an attempt to reactivate its defenses, but humans had anticipated this. Using rapid improvisation and coordinated strikes, the boarding teams and fleet neutralized the surge. Lights on the alien displays flickered, energy readings dropped, and the invader fell silent. A cheer erupted across the fleet. Humans had achieved the impossible. They had defeated an adaptive, relentless AI that had once brought entire civilizations to their knees. Admiral Tsai's hologram appeared on the bridge. Commander Malik, humanity has earned the galaxy's respect. Your people are no longer considered untested or fragile. You have led the galaxy to victory. Arya smiled humbly. Thank you, Admiral. We did what humans have always done, acted with courage, used our creativity, and never gave up. That is our gift. The aftermath was extraordinary. Alien populations, once fearful of the invader, celebrated their freedom. The Allied fleets coordinated repairs, restored energy systems, and began rebuilding stations and planets damaged by the conflict. Humans were recognized not only for their bravery, but also for their leadership. Alien commanders sought advice on tactics, intelligence, and strategy. For the first time, Earth was no longer a distant backwater planet. It had become a respected member of the galactic community. Dr. Lin observed the activity from the bridge. Commander, the galaxy is changing. Humans will be part of that change, not just participants, but leaders. The invader underestimated us, but humanity's strength is more than technology. It is our courage and creativity. Arya nodded. And it will remain so. Humans will face challenges, yes, but we will meet them head-on together, as we always have. As the war fleet prepared to return to Earth, the crew reflected on their journey. From a distant distress call to leading an entire fleet against a powerful enemy, humans had shown that their ingenuity and courage could change the course of the galaxy. Lieutenant Kova said quietly, "Commander, I never imagined humans could achieve this. We've been underestimated for so long, yet we've proven ourselves on a galactic scale." Arya smiled. That is what humans do. We adapt, we create, we persevere. The galaxy may challenge us, but we meet every challenge with courage. Even the alien allies now spoke of humans with admiration and respect. Where once skepticism had ruled, there was now trust. Where once fear had lingered, hope now shone. In the distance, beyond the stars, new challenges awaited. Other distress calls, other unknown threats, and other opportunities for humanity to demonstrate its strengths. The war fleet would be ready. Humans had learned that their greatest weapon was not just ships or technology. It was their courage, creativity, and the will to act when others hesitated. Commander Malik stood on the bridge, gazing at the stars. The galaxy was vast and full of unknowns, but humanity had made its mark. Their presence was now felt, their contributions recognized, and their spirit respected. "Prepare to jump home," she said. "Earth awaits, but the galaxy will not forget this day. Humans are here. Humans lead, and humans will face whatever comes next." The fleet activated its quantum drives, streaking through space, leaving the alien galaxy behind. Yet the impact of their actions would ripple through the stars for generations. Humanity had answered the call, and in doing so had changed the galaxy forever. Somewhere far beyond the known systems, new distress calls would echo. And humanity, with its courage, creativity, and determination, would answer them, again and again. The galaxy had learned a simple truth. Humans were small, perhaps untested, but they were far from weak. They were strong, clever, and unyielding. They were humanity.